A Christmas Cruella is the Christmas special from the 101 Dalmatians TV series from 1997, and I was quite looking forward to this for two reasons. Despite the fact that I don't remember having seen the 101 Dalmatians TV series, I do love 101 Dalmatians as an animation, so I was just looking forward to having that element of kind of nostalgia but with a fresh narrative. And I'm also a big fan of Charles Dickens as A Christmas Carol, and this emulates that relatively well. Cruella is, of course, our Scrooge character, and she's visited by three ghosts of Christmas past and present and future, who are there to show her the error of her ways. And what I love is that the ghosts are the puppy dogs. I absolutely love that. And I found that to be something that was a very clever idea, giving her ghosts or spirits of the people who she might end up wrongdoing. Of course, with Anita working for her, she disgruntles them anyway because she doesn't let their human mother spend time with them over the Christmas holidays. Will that be enough, though, for Cruella to see the error of her ways? I'll discuss that towards the end of this with a spoiler warning, because I do have a one or two thoughts about how the episode concluded itself. It is well animated. The animation quality doesn't seem anywhere near as good as the quality of the film, despite the fact that it was quite a good number of years afterwards, but I don't think that's in isolation. I think the entire TV series is animated this way and is just not quite as good as the actual film itself, but that's not unique. There are a lot of TV shows based on animated films that are just not quite as good. But the actual narrative itself I thought worked very well. They took all of the bits from A Christmas Carol that I liked and they presented it pretty similarly. There were, of course, creative licenses taken here and there, but generally speaking, it's a very recognisable adaptation of Dickens' A Christmas Carol. I love the fact that the puppies were the ghosts because it meant we got to see a lot of the puppies. Otherwise, we might not have actually seen them that much. We also get a slight potential origin for why Cruella hates the dogs and wants to wear their fur. I'm not going to explain what that is because I don't want to ruin it, but it's just a kind of blink and you miss it possible explanation for why she is the way she is. And I thought that was kind of a nice thing to do because it suggests that behind every evil person there was a time when they weren't evil and there was an event in their life that made their actions become evil. Maybe you could argue that no person is evil, their behaviours and outlooks are just negative and they need to be rewired. You could certainly analyse that this way. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of fun. Brilliant that Pam Dawber is the voice of Perdy. I love Pam Dawber, so that's something that made me quite happy. April Winchell voices Cruella de Vil. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. So the spoiler from now, I'm going to spoil how it ends. At the end, Cruella, obviously, as is the case with every single Dickens Christmas Carol adaptation, pretty much, she sees the error of her ways. And she realises that she needs to start being nice. And I'll be honest, it didn't sit well with me. I'm not saying I would have rather that she didn't see the error of her ways, because I kind of would have been annoyed that the narrative didn't take the direction it should have done. But at the same time, just Cruella being nice. I like my Disney villains to remain villainous. I don't mind them having origin stories, and, you know, us getting to see the point when they turned evil. I don't think any Disney villain has to be inherently evil from birth, but I like my villains to stay villainous. So it was a bit weird, but it was also the way that I hoped it would end, just because of the narrative. Has it encouraged me to watch the rest of the series? Maybe eventually, but not right away. But as a Christmas special, as the Christmas episode focusing on A Christmas Carol, I think A Christmas Cruella is pretty good.